In this episode, I wanted to explore the other red meat, the lamb. Why don't we eat more lamb? A lot of people don't like lamb because it's gamey. I've always enjoyed making quick crusted lamb chops or rack a lamb. But a whole leg of lamb? I've always been intimidated. But how hard could that be? So I look up all the lamb recipe and I picked the Anthony Bourdain 7 hours leg of lamb and the Gordon Ramsay stuffed lamb. Two very different styles to see which is the best for my family dinner. I've also enlisted my long lost cooking buddy to cook with me. So which recipe did I take? You just have to watch till the end.
So I'm making Anthony Bourdain's leg of lamb recipe, which is 7 hours long. It looks very simple. Let's give it a try. I've never made lamb before. This is my first time. I got this from a regular grocery store. It always looks so intimidating because it's so large and big. But how hard could it be, right? The recipe actually looks very simple. Wow. Yeah, there it is. There's a silver lining here. I believe we should remove this. So it requires 20 cloves of garlic and 4 garlic thinly sliced. One of the tricks that I also learned is instead of peeling every single one of them, if it's not really that big of a deal, I just basically skin on, put it inside. I'm gonna stick some hole into this. And I'm gonna stuff, oops, too thick. Ooh. And then stuff the garlic in there. Salt. Pepper. The other side. Salt. Pepper. Ooh. Carrots, thinly sliced onion, bouquet garnier. I have bay leaves, parsley, and thyme. I love using fresh herbs, but sometimes I cannot finish it and it goes to waste, so I stick it in the freezer, which that way I can use it all the time. Extra here. Put this underneath. And then the bouquet garnier underneath. And then put the lamb on top. Oh! And place the lamb on top. That looks really nice! Okay. 1 cup. Yeah, that's about 1 cup. I do not have a Dutch oven big enough, so I'm going to go ahead and use foil and cover it really tightly. Ooh, it's like a Christmas present. Really nice. Blah, 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 blah. Place the Dutch oven into the oven and cook it for 7 hours. In we go. All right, it is around noon, so it's just in time for dinner time. See you later. This recipe was straightforward, and anybody who can follow it will be able to do it. I had no idea bone-in leg of lamb could be this easy, and the presentation was so nice. Prep time was fast. It only took me about 20 minutes, but you do need to plan. You need to pop it in the oven by noon, add a little bit of roasted garlic, vegetables, and potatoes, and you will have a really impressive dinner by 7. I would add extra carrots, onions, some hot peppers maybe, more garlic, more, and maybe, yeah, more wine to make more sauce. to pour it on top of the lamb. The lamb that I used was 3 pounds bone in New Zealand. It could feed about 4 hungry adults without any leftovers. I would also recommend you open it table side to add that little drama when they go ooh ah, you know. But watch out for the steam. I did burn my finger because it was really hot. The lamb itself, like he described, was so damn tender. I don't even need a spoon or a fork to really eat it. You just tear it open. If lamb was right up your alley, then this is your thing. If not, you might find it a little bit originally gamey flavor. Like I said, I would add a little bit of spice to it, but definitely I would do it again for a double date. Talking about date, I have Calvin here today help me out with the second recipe, the Gordon Ramsay stuffed lamb. Can I talk to you while you chop?
Yeah.
Okay. So, any kind of good lamb recipe? Do you like lamb?
I like mutton pork during winter time, and then also occasionally I would have the crave to have lamb chop or lamb rack.
The first recipe that I taste lamb is from my mom's Yang Lambo. Yang Lambo is like a lamb stew. Typical winter lamb stew, Chinese style, with the preserved bean curd, right?
Yep.
So the best part of Yang Lambo is actually the skin of the lamb. You have the thick skin, and then you cook it down, and it's all like gooey and yummy and tasty. So she actually didn't know about it, and she actually removed the whole all the lamb skin and all the lamb fat and just have the lamb itself. And when her guest came over, she's like, what the heck, where's all the lamb? So that's my first experience as a childhood of lamb.
Oh, I'm not.
Are you crying?
係
Oh.
感動啊！我唔記得叫你攞啲鹽水，
Why? 鹽水點解啊？
因為浸住佢會
Oh, it's okay lah. There's always a first time crying on camera.
True.
All right, next step, saute, right?
Mm.
Oh, it would be nice to have some oil. All right, finally we have olive oil. Garlic,
好
onion. So it's been like almost 2 years. I looked it up on the video that we had our last video. So thanks for coming over again.
No problem. Do
Okay.
you still remember our first outing?
First outing. Oh, is it the fried rice one?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I looked at it. We didn't have that many views though. Oh, that worked for nothing. So we gotta do a little bit better than that. Okay, I'm gonna add pineapple. Both of us are like Michigan State alumni. I was in the hospitality program. But what were you studying?
Marketing.
Oh, marketing. Oh, okay. Well, I should have done what you were doing. And we decided to make cooking videos together. How did you get into this whole food blogger thingy?
It's actually due to stress and lack of creativity from a work that I was in about 7-8 years ago. And I guess like because I was a marketing major and somewhere inside me, I know that there's a part of creativity that I have yet to explore. So all these combined, and there was an occasion where my friends were like, oh, why you should definitely just open your own food channel. So I decided to just open my personal account and just basically document places that I love going, and eventually go from there. Fast forward to people would just easily come and ask me for recommendations and all.
One thing I like you the most is you actually have very, very detailed posts.
My family came from a foodie family, and my dad particularly inspired me a lot because he worked in a kitchen when he was a student back in Canada, and then so that's kind of how I got into cooking, like after seeing my parents like being in the kitchen, just spending time to cook the dishes.
So we're gonna let this sit and let it cool, and then we're gonna add the crumbled feta cheese on top. As you can see, it's pretty good. Okay, we have the lamb here. It says, oh shit, I cannot read. Reading glasses, oh no. Okay.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper and
Sumac.
sumac.
Okay.
Do you know what sumac is?
No idea.
Taste it. It's a little sour. They use it in hummus.
Oh.
You know that little
Yes.
brown stuff on the top of the hummus? That's what they use. Okay, it's like a teaspoon, but I kind of went overboard. What is it like these days? Because like, you know, we're all creative people. I swear I have ADD, you know. We just have so many things that we want to do, things that I want to shoot. What is it like out there for, you know, you're much younger than I am.
Couple years.
Yeah, that's right. Just only a couple of years. 你有契細佬嚟㗎嘛, right? Yeah, what is it like these days?
Right now, I'm basically searching for next adventure while also anticipating to start my own F&B consulting service, because I found that my recent journey, I actually have learned so much that I can leverage those skill sets and help many others, especially the local shops in Hong Kong, or those that who actually need the most help out there in the market.
I can see that, like, especially with creative, you see a lot more freelancer going on instead of working for, you know, for a company, and, you know, so.
There's a huge market, but at the same time, it's also very competitive.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like you need to be very proactive, or else then you can just sit around and just think that the opportunities will land right away.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. If you do not ask, you shall not receive. So please, if you want anything, you need a raise, you go ask for it. Do not sit and wait. Nothing will happen.
These days for freelancers especially, I think the relationship matters. Once they get to know you, they will give you a green light, and that's how you try to experiment the opportunity together.
All right, I was going to use this net thing and see if I can put it back in there. It's like, no way. So I'm gonna get straight. So I think I would go like this and then basically tie him tight.
Okay.
Okay, that look pretty good. Whew. This is definitely harder than an Anthony Bourdain recipe, by the way. The clean and crisp flavor of the finely diced cucumber, along with the zest of a lemon, adding the tangy lime juice, and the homegrown fresh mint freshly chopped. Combined with Greek yogurt, I use fat-free here. Offset the heavy lamb is the perfect complement for this ba black sheep. 好啊，好似冇事發生咁㗎。係啊，佢啲點心應該唔錯㗎，我見佢啲點。It looks good actually. All right, that looks really good. 45 minutes. And I checked the temperature is about 120 something. So you said medium rare, right?
Yes.
Cool. How does it look? Oh, actually, it doesn't look bad. Okay. Oh, that's really juicy. Look, you know, the meat is actually quite firm, but it's actually nice. It's not like, I wouldn't call it tough or anything. It's definitely not falling off the bones like Anthony. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for helping me out.
You're welcome.
Last time we had our Queen Essential stuffed lamb for dinner, right? But to be honest, it was a little flat. The mighty taste of lamb overpowered the stuffing, making the whole flair seem just a bit bland. So the saving grace was actually the yogurt sauce. Since I don't really settle for less and I really like a flavor explosion, I just wanted to challenge myself to up it a little bit. So first, I take the beautiful lamb, I decided to flatten it out
giving it a larger canvas to inject the flavoring, stuffing into our star protein. Next, it was clear we had to jazz up the stuffing. So picture this: chestnut, cranberry, rosemary, joining force with some breadcrumbs and egg, binding it together, taking the flavor of the stuffing from zero to hero. But we're not done. No, no, no. I let our stuffed lamb sit and soak for 48 hours. To settle a score, I pitched the new improved stuffed lamb against the 7-hour leg of lamb, adding more wine, carrots, and cumin with the flavoring, serving it to my 10 most critical family members. Those who favor a lighter taste tend to lean towards the stuffed lamb, but the die-hard lamb fans savor the simplicity of the 7-hour version. This is an interesting experiment, really elevated my love of lamb as a centerpiece for a dinner party. But if you're planning to serve it, make sure your guest has the same passion of lamb as you. Well, that's it for now, my dears. As always, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a delicious New Year. Keep cooking, keep experimenting, and remember, good food, good mood. See you in the next culinary adventure.